Keita achi? Keita goals, sustainable development goals. Anybody here? No. 70 touch. 17 goals. Okay. In case anybody recalls now, you will think, yes, 17 goals. Huh? So these 17 goals or these sustainable development goals are given by whom? Who is deciding on these goals? Kahinki? Why should we have these goals? What is the big deal? Every one of you has heard the United Nations. Sunita? United Nations? You have heard. So these are called the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Right? Why am I talking about it? And one thing is, Kochi Amaro, today I'm very proud to say that Centurion University is fourth in India in the Times Higher Education Sustainable Development Goals Social Impact Ranking. Fourth in India. We are in the 100 to 200 band globally. So I'm telling you this because we have taken it, it is a core of what we do as a university. And I think that every one of us, irrespective of Centurion or here or any institution, you should think of sustainability. Why? Because there are 3 P's when we talk about sustainability. କେହି ଜାଣିଛ କ'ଣ ଏଇ 3ଟା P? ସେ 3ଟା C କହିଲେ, ମୁଁ 3ଟା P କହୁଛି। ଏଇ 3ଟା P କ'ଣ? It is called the triple bottom line framework for sustainability. What are these 3 P's? Sir? People, planet and profit. Right? So you can see that people hela prathama. People is first. Everything we do, we have to see first of all that people exist. The environment is right for people to be there. Right? ଆଜିକାଲିକା ଯୁଗରେ କ'ଣ ହଉଛି? Sir just touch upon କଲେ on AI. AI ଯୋଗୁ କ'ଣ ହଉଛି? ଏଇଠି ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ମୁଁ କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି, ଏଇଥିପାଇଁ କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି କାହିଁକି ନା ଏଇଟା ଭାରତକୁ ଆସିବା ବେଳେ ଆହୁରି 2 ବର୍ଷ ଲାଗିଯିବ। Globally, your generation, Gen Z, your generation is actually deciding not to use smartphones. This is a global decision of Gen Z. ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ଆମ ଦେଶକୁ ଆସିଲା ବେଳେ ଆହୁରି 2 ବର୍ଷ ଲାଗିଯିବ। Because you have to catch up ନା କ'ଣ ହଉଛି ସେଇଠି। So I am telling you right now. କାହିଁକି? We think that this thing is a very smart thing, right? So why should we give it up? Why is this generation choosing not to use it? କ'ଣ ପାଇଁ? Anybody? Any guess? କାହିଁକି ଏଇଟା ୟୁଜ୍ କରିବା କଥା ନୁହଁ? ସାର୍ ତ କହିଲେ ଲିଙ୍କଡିନ୍ ଆଗ ଲିଙ୍କଡିନ୍ ରଖ, ରାଇଟ୍? ତେଣୁ କାହିଁକି ୟୁଜ୍ କରିବାକୁ ମନା କରୁଛନ୍ତି? ହଁ? Creativity ରହୁନି, yes, that is true. But why? That should not stop you from using it. So why are they deciding not to use it? So one of the biggest issues we have found today is because of smartphones. Yes? People are getting addicted to it. Yes. So one of the biggest things is addiction is part of it, but it is more broadly about mental health issues. Right? It is affecting the mental health of young people. It is affecting the mental health of us also because we are also getting addicted to it. Right? Even though we are a generation before you, but we are also getting addicted to it. So mental health issues jogu, and again I'm bringing it back to people because people then become very important. Right? So how do we do things that are not only sustainable but that are respectful of people? Right? So that is why people is very important. The other aspect of people is the issue of gender. Because you saw me, When you saw my heard my profile, I actually teach a subject called gender, human rights, and ethics. So gender is a very important aspect because today also there is so much of discrimination between girls and boys. We make a lot of disparity between girls, young girls and boys, women and men. So this is always there. And you might think that no, it is not there. But when you come into the workforce also, you will see that you may think that I'm very qualified for a job as a woman. But why am I not getting it? Right? Then you will, I know nowadays it's not talked about, but it's there in back of people's minds, is that, oh, she's going to become pregnant anyway, so let us not give her a job now. So these are the kinds of arguments which are there. And like I said, nowadays nobody will speak of it, but it is still there in the back of their minds. So please understand that in terms of people, gender becomes a very important aspect. Of course, there is issues about the third gender, there are issues about disability, all these things who are, all these people who are excluded. So people matter, right? So first is people. Second is planet, right? First of all, I know Elon Musk and everybody else talks about let's find out if we can stay somewhere else. But let us accept that as far as we know, this is the only planet we have, right? So this is the only planet we have, and people have to make it possible for us to live here. Today, if you look at it, some places actually are not meant for people to live in. For example, Delhi. Delhi's pollution rates are so high that actually people should not be living there, right? So we are not doing anything much to actually protect our planet. Yesterday, somebody was telling me that Odisha government has signed off so many MOUs to start so many mining and industries. It's because nobody else wants them. So nobody else wants them, you come to Odisha. What are you doing to Odisha? Odisha still has some of the most pristine environments. And what are we doing? We are trying to kill it in as many ways as we can. So what does that mean for us? If the planet doesn't survive, we don't survive. There will be no agriculture. That's why now they're saying soilless agriculture, waterless agriculture. What else? I don't know what else agriculture they will have. All kinds of agriculture. Of course, AI in agriculture is another big thing. So everything is there. So we have to think कि ଆମେ last ଆମେ ଖାଇବାକୁ ପଡିବ ନା ବଞ୍ଚିବା ପାଇଁ। ତେଣୁ ଖାଇବାଟା ଖାଦ୍ୟଟା କୋଉଠୁ ଆସିବ ସେଇଟା ଯଦି ଆମେ ଚିନ୍ତା ନ କରିବା ତାହେଲେ କେମିତି ହବ? So planet becomes very important. And the third is profit. Now you think that profit is antithetical to the first two, mane opposite. Kemti, if we are concerned about the planet and people, how can we be talking about profit? So profit is not profit in the unfortunately even now we talk about profit in the economic sense, and sometimes I always tell, and this is a personal note, ମୁଁ ସବୁବେଳେ କହେ ମୋ relationship manager bank ର ଯେ why do you want my money to grow when I don't want it to grow? You know, this is one very interesting thing because all of us want କେମିତି ଅଧିକା 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 ହଉ. So ଯୋଉଟା କି ଆମେ ସବୁବେଳେ କହୁ success, I told him in fact please mention that success, it is also like that, we want more and more and more, but nobody says that okay, failure is a part of that. You fall, you stand up, you move on some other way. So this is one thing we should understand, that when we talk about profit in the triple framework, triple bottom line framework, it is where you are ensuring that profit is actually looking into environmental sustainability. It's not that you should not have profit, because how will you make an industry survive? How will anything survive if you don't have profit? But how do you make it environmentally sustainable without compromising the profits. Okay, so that is the thing. So profits will be lower, yes, but you should take care of the environment. जोटा कि आमे एखिनी कोन करछु, पानी बाहरुची, we just push it into the river. Now there are ways where you actually recycle that water first. Ensure that all the elements are removed from it before you flush it out. Age in Saguda, and that requires resources. So people don't want to do it. So, eita tamara samastankara, you should all understand that these three elements are critical for people, all of you, because you are, all of you today, young people, you are in an uncertain world. Aguko kona hobo boli kehi ebe koi parna. There was some amount of predictability when we were doing things, but now with AI, there is nothing you can say. It's a very, very uncertain world. I was just telling him some time back that I tell people don't do computer science. କାହିଁକି ନା ଆଜିକାଲି କମ୍ପ୍ୟୁଟର ସାଇନ୍ସର ଯାହା ପିଲାଟା କରୁଛି ସେଇଟା ତ ଏଆଇ କରୁଛି, ତେଣୁ କମ୍ପ୍ୟୁଟର ସାଇନ୍ସ କରିକି କ'ଣ ଲାଭ? ସୋ ଏଇଭଳିଆ ଜିନିଷ ୟୁ ଆର୍ ଭେରି ଅନସର୍ଟନ୍. So that's why I keep saying that you all have to be very conscious of these three elements of sustainability, which is crucial. Now, one thing that underlies all this, Kampe, is ethics. Now, what is ethics? Kiye koi paribo? Sabubale sunucha, oh, this is unethical. Khabar kagaz re baharuchi, news re kouchanti. What is that unethical? Anybody? Very simple words. You tell it in your words. What do you think is unethical? Pilamane, what is ethics? What is ethics? ମୁଁ ପଚାରୁଛି ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ, ତମେ ଘରୁ ଆସୁଛ ୟୁନିଭର୍ସିଟି କୁ, ବାଟରେ ଦେଖିବ ଗୋଟେ ଆକ୍ସିଡେଣ୍ଟ ହେଇଛି, କେତେ ଜଣ ରହିବ? ହାତ ଟେକ. ଓକେ, ସମସ୍ତେ କାହିଁକି ନାଇଁ, କାହିଁକି ରହିବ? That was my next question. କାହିଁକି ରହିବ? ଯୋଉମାନେ ରହିଛନ୍ତି, see what happens is ଆମେ ସବୁ କହୁ what is politically correct, ମାନେ ମୁଁ କ'ଣ ଶୁଣିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି ସେଇଟା ତମମାନେ ସବୁ କହୁଛ. ହଁ, କାହିଁକି ରହିବ? Now I'm asking. Yes. Suppose ଏଇଠି 10 ଜଣ already ଠିଆ ହେଇଛନ୍ତି, 10 ଜଣ already ଅଛନ୍ତି. ନାଇଁ, how do you know they are not doing anything? Sit down. ଆଉ ଜଣେ କିଏ ପଛରେ କହୁଛି ହାତ ଟେକିଛି, ହଁ, contribute anything. So I ask this question always in my class first. This question first I ask. Then at the end of it, I say, I don't stop. I don't stop. And most of us will not stop. And I will tell you why. Baso, baso. I'll tell you why. One of the reasons we don't stop is because we have a way of scanning the environment. କିଏ ରହିଲା, କ'ଣ ହେଇଛି, ସେ ଉଠି ପାରୁଛି କି ନାହିଁ, ରକ୍ତ କେତେ ହଉଛି, କିଏ ତା ପାଖରେ ଅଛି, କିଏ ପାଣି ଦେଲାଣି କି ନାହିଁ, you scan. ଯଦି ହଁ ଅଛନ୍ତି, then you say, okay, ମୁଁ କାହିଁକି ରହିବି? It's a very common principle. କିନ୍ତୁ ଆମେ ସବୁ କହିବୁ ହଁ ଆମେ ରହିବୁ. ଆଉ ବହୁତ ପିଲା ଆଜିକାଲି ତ ରହୁଛନ୍ତି ସେଲ୍ଫି ନେବା ପାଇଁ, ସେଇଟା ବି ହଉଛି, ସେଇଆ ସେଲ୍ଫି ନେବା ପାଇଁ ବି ରହୁଛନ୍ତି. So basically why I ask this question is because ethics is about doing what is right in society. Right? What is right in society? Now, ମୁଁ ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନଟା ପଚାରିଲି, why do I say it's a very fine line to decide what is right and wrong sometimes. କ'ଣ ଠିକ କ'ଣ ଭୁଲ, ବହୁତ ମାନେ fine line ଟେ ଅଛି. And we have to take a personal call sometimes. It is not that it is so clear. So that is why all of us have to be ethical. And the one thing we say is that, and there are lots of things around that, I don't want to talk about it, but a part of being ethical is being empathetic. And empathy is, as human beings, I liked it very much that at the end of Spark, the K is kindness. So that K of kindness is very akin to empathetic. Empathetic is when you can put yourself in somebody else's shoes and feel for their behalf. ସାର୍ ଯୋଉଟା କହିଲେ ଗୋଟେ ବୟସ୍କ ଲୋକ ବସିଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଆମେ ଦୌଡ଼ିକି ଚାଲିଯିବୁ ସେଇଭଳିଆ ଜିନିଷ your empathy will only determine whether you will stop or not. And nowadays we are all so busy that we don't even have time to be empathetic. So I think that as people learn to slow down a bit, there is no need to be in this rat race. Yes, learn what you have to learn, but use it judiciously. Don't get so carried away. एमती नुह जे मु एआई यूज करेनी मु भी यूज करे but my using it is different from your using it. Why is it different? कहीं ना मु जानी ची मु कौन चाहूँ ची I have studied all that. I know all the theories. So when I ask for something, my prompts are very good. You all don't know. ମୁଁ ଏଖିଣି କହୁଥିଲି ସାର୍ଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ କହିଲି ଆମ this generation sometimes in my students I am talking about, they become so lazy. One person does it from AI and everybody copies that. ସେଇଟା ବି ହଉଛି ମାନେ ଏମିତି ନୁହଁ ଯେ ମୁଁ ଟିକେ ଡାଉନଲୋଡ ନିଜେ କରେ ମୁଁ ଟିକେ AI କୁ ପଚାରେ so I will understand that there is a difference. ସେତିକି ବି ନାହିଁ. So this is why I keep on saying that you all have to learn to go a little slow. There's no big hurry. There's no rush for everything. We are all running towards something at a great pace, and there is no need for that. Learn to be kind, learn to be empathetic, learn to take care of the 3 P's, and I think you will end up being very good human beings. Managers is second thing, human beings first and foremost. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your insightful and inspiring words.
Sorry to interrupt, but one thing to cater and reciprocate to Sam's thing about not using the mobile phone. LinkedIn को laptop में खोले हुए.
Gratitude becomes more meaningful when it's expressed.
As a token of our respect and appreciation, we shall now proceed with the presentation of mementos to our distinguished guests.
May I request the dignitaries to kindly present the mementos to our chief speaker and chief guest.
Thank you.
Every successful program is an outcome of the contributions of many individuals, some visible on stage and some work tirelessly behind it.
As we reach the conclusion of the formal inaugural ceremony, it is time to express our gratitude.
May I now invite Professor Chinmay Kumar Das, Dean Academics, to propose the vote of thanks. So please.
Very good afternoon, respected chief guest of Spark 2026 of I-Mba program, Professor Dr. Supriya Patnaik, Vice Chancellor of Centurion University of Technology and Management, the best skill university of the state and the nation, I can say. And I have a privilege working with her. Esteemed Chief Speaker of the day, Dr. Abhinav Samal sir, respected Principal, Head Placement, Dean Integrated MBA, and our advisor, sir, my distinguished faculty colleagues, my dear parents, and above all, the students who are here today as their first day in the college. A very good afternoon once again, one and all, and on behalf of BIITM, management, and all my faculty, staffs, and administrative staffs, once again, I wish the newcomers a very good career at BITM. The journey which is starting today, it's a long journey, in fact, of 5 years. The aim, the aspiration, the hope you enter to this campus. I hope, I pray Almighty, within these 5 years, this thing could be achieved if you'll be dedicatedly spend your day with a purposefully. Yes, every beginning of inauguration ends with a vote of thanks at the very outset. And it is my privilege, in fact, to propose a vote of thanks on the auspicious occasion of the inauguration of induction program of integrated management program of Master of Business Administration. At the very outset, I express sincere gratitude to esteemed chief guest, Professor Dr. Supriya Patnaik, for gracing this occasion with your valuable presence and for sharing your insights, especially starting with 17 SDGs, UN SDGs, gender equality, and Gen Z addictions. That's truly the role of a vice chancellor. Ma'am, we are so proud to have this beginning of this day and grace my students or grace this occasion. They should go to highest pinnacle. Thank you so much. I know the kind of business madam is usually have. I hope how far I have justice to her time calling on this occasion, but still I feel it is always good to have called such a wonderful, I can say, vice chancellor and a lady on this occasion. Thank you, ma'am. I must thanks to our chief speaker, who is in fact a well-wisher of BIITM. Last time we have in this podium just a year before, Dr. Abhinav Samal sir, to have so many, you see, as a motivational speaker, started just ice breaking what do we do in the next 5 years. I like to place, you see, on record of all the faculty members and staff who worked diligently to organize these activities and student volunteers. Before I go to thanks to the students, the first year student, I must thanks to the parents for placing their trust at BIITM in our institutions for beginning an important, you see, part of their children's education journey. Yes, thank you so much for your support and encouragement. Will always play a vital role for their success. Yes, dear students, this is the first day of the college, 12 years you have your formal educations. Everybody must be very eager, as we have said, spark. I must see the spark on your face, though I know some of you may be traveling 50, 60 kilometers to reach BITM today. Those will be staying hostel or in and around here at Bhubaneswar. But still I see some spark. a spark 2026. I take it as a flame of light, and you have to protect that flame forever. I just simply give an example. A 1-year baby, you must have see the spark. You're just giving a teddy bear to his or her hand. And this spark, I'm not looking at that spark because of maybe tiredness, but still I'm looking at this spark. Maximum of us who are sitting here belong to middle class. When you gradually grow up, money matters. You need financial freedom. My dear student, if you think so, most probably Mr. Ambani must not have started today to go to his office and must have done many works who are sitting here. I'm damn sure of it. If I talk about the film stars, starting with Shah Rukh Khan also, money is not a problem to them. Financial freedom is already there. But still, why he must be practicing for the next movie? That's why what our chief guest, Madam Supriya, has basically emphasized, you see, ethics. They have beyond money, there are motivations to work. My dear students, you are all, I hope, age group of 18. If I look at your life expectancy, another around 55, 60 years minimum is waiting to be enjoyed by you all. This 5 years, as you said, whatever objective, whatever goal you are having, if you work on it and every day, it will be much more easier to achieve. One thing I must appeal to the parents here, those who are sitting, because very less occasions, if a student do certain good things, we communicate to the parents, and maximum time we communicate to the parents that when the things are not in order by your child or by your son or daughter. I hope I must appeal all the parents, if possible, don't give bike or car to your child to come to the college. There may be some exigencies, I will not say no, because of two things. Very recently in Bhubaneswar city, one Mercedes car hit a biker and rushed and dragged for 20 meters. Everybody must come across that news. Because the Mercedes car was belong to the parents. The child, that person who was driving and sitting, does not purchase that one. The time you purchase a vehicle of your own, yes, I am sure, you try to, control your rash driving. My appeal to parents, if any exigencies, if any difficulties, please manage. The second point I am encouraging not to bring, because you see the location we are in, very difficult of parking is always there. Whatever parking space are available for the students, that must be, first come, first serve basis. There is no doubt in it. And the second aspect, I must appeal to the student. We at BIITM, we have more interaction. I hope next morning session, I'll be interacting 90 minutes with you. I'll not take more time here. One appeal to the students also. This 5 years, if you speak in English in the campus, I hope the objective, whatever yes, NEP is talking about more regional language. I'm not telling no to it. But in the campus, please speak in English only. With this, once again, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the dignitaries, faculty members, staff, parent, yes, no doubt students, media persons, if any, and all student volunteers for their presence and support. Thank you all. Wish you all I-Mba students a successful, rewarding, and memorable journey ahead. Wish you all a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now have a short tea break from 12:35 to 12:50.
We request everyone to kindly reassemble by 12:50 as we have 3 more important sessions before lunch. Thank you.
And last but not the least, ladies and gentlemen, just one more thing that I want to add. Sorry for this continuation.
Hello. Yes, ma'am. मैं अभी स्टार्ट होगा सर. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And it has been so late that I'm breathlessly running. And trust me or not, I don't know how much.
अच्छा, समस्त parents and newly students, parents and students are requested to, you can go to room number 14 backside.